Today we're going to learn about the integrals of trig functions. Now we already know the integrals of some trig functions. We know the integral of sine is negative cos, and we know that the integral of cos is positive sine. But what is the integral of tan? Well, we can figure this out by first writing tangent as sine over cosine. Then with a little u sub, we let u equal cos x, du is negative sine dx. We need a negative, so we'll put one here and cancel it out. And we'll have a negative, the integral of 1 over u, so cosine is our u, and the negative sine x dx is our du. And we know that the integral of 1 over u is the ln of u, and that u is cosine. So the integral of tangent is equal to negative the natural log of the absolute value of the cosine x plus c. And we can do the same if we wanted to find the integral of cotan. We can write this as cos over sine, and then let u equal sine x, we get 1 over u du. The integral of that is ln of u. And now the integral of cotan is the natural log of the absolute value of sine plus c. Now the integral of secant is going to be a little bit more involved. Now we can write secant as 1 over cosine, but we're going to get stuck there because u sub isn't going to help us out. So what we're going to do is we are going to multiply secant by 1. Except 1 is going to look like secant plus tangent over secant plus tangent. Then what happens is in the numerator we get secant squared plus secant tan over secant plus tan. And now, believe it or not, we can use a little u sub. Now if we let u equal the denominator, secant plus tangent, du, well, we know the derivative of secant is secant tan, and the derivative of tan is secant squared. So notice with our integral we'll have 1 over u. Here in our denominator this is u. But our numerator, we've got secant squared plus secant tan. We just have it in reverse. We've got secant tan plus secant squared. So this entire thing here is just equal to du. We know the integral of 1 over u, and u is secant plus tan plus c. So the integral of secant is the natural log of the absolute value of secant plus tangent plus c. And we finally get to cosecant. And this is going to look very similar to what we did with secant, but we're going to multiply this by 1, but 1 is going to be cosecant minus cotangent over cosecant minus cotangent. Now we distribute, we get cosecant squared minus cosecant cotangent over cosecant minus cotangent. With u sub, we let u equal the denominator. That's cotangent. And then du will be negative cosecant cotangent plus cosecant squared dx. Now notice here we've got a positive cosecant squared minus cosecant cotangent, and that's exactly what we have here. Positive cosecant squared minus cosecant cotangent. So our substitution works out nicely. Oh, I forgot my dx. To be 1 over u du. And that's ln of the absolute value of u, which is the natural log of the absolute value of cosecant minus cotangent plus c.